Oh, it's a lovely day here in Bobbyland, and I'm Wayne Sleep. And today I'm going to be helping Mr. Blobby to understand all about ballet. Isn't that right, Mr. Blobby? Well, yes. Ballet dancers are like athletes, and they have to have powerful muscles and be very strong to dance for 2 or 3 hours at a time. Yes, that's it. Yes, there you go. Oh, ouch. Right, now we'll start with a few simple warm-up exercises to get the body all warmed up. Now, the first thing we're going to do is you bend your knees and you stretch them. That's right. Oh, was that hard? Do you think you could go all the way down? Let's try one like this. All the way down to the bottom, keeping your back straight. That's it. Oh, you're not meant to make that kind of noise, Mr. Blobby, really. Yes, well, all right. I think we're ready to move on to a backmon now, shall we? Get one leg behind the other and bend, arms in front, and pirouette. Woo! Oh, yes, well, you're not meant to end up facing the back, Mr. Blobby. Get up. Oh, sorry about this, but it was very good, really. Yes, you're excellent, really. Right, are you ready? Yes, good. Now, calm down. Calm down. Now. Oh, your booty-wooties. Oh, here we go. Oh. That's it.
Hold it there.
Can we just
reset the leg?
Here we go. And one. Here we go. Oh, nearly. Oh. Very good. Very good. Oh, are you all right there? Yeah. It's hard work. I told you it'd be hard work. And you could do a series of them like this. And 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. Yeah? Do you want to try that?
No.
No, I don't think we'll try that one. But you know, yeah, I thought so. Now, you know, Mr. Blobby, one of the most famous ballets is Swan Lake. Do you know it?
Blobby.
Oh, you've never heard of it? No. Never heard of it? It's the most famous one with the dance of the cygnets in it. You must know it.
Blobby.
So you Oh, no. Oh, Mr. Blobby, you're not meant to get wet. You're not meant to fall in the lake, dear me. Oh, let me help you up. Oh, are you all right? Oh.
Hold it.
Oh, Blobby.
Hold it.
Oh. Are you all right? Help me.
Blobby.
You're all right, Barry. Oh, I've broken the thing.
Oh, Blobby.
Girls.
I think the story of Swan Lake is fascinating. It's about the Princess Odette, who is turned into a swan by the wicked magician and falls in love with a prince called Siegfried, because at night she becomes partly human to his surprise and astonishment. Do you know they fall in love and the prince promises to rescue her? The magician stops the rescue and Siegfried rushes off to the lake to beg for her. Oh. Ah!
It's an exciting day here in Blobbyland, especially at the recently opened Exercise and Fitness Centre. And here comes one of their star pupils now. The club's motto is, if at first you don't succeed, who's gonna know? Many of the centre's regular clients have reached supreme fitness levels. Of course, some have not. at the fitness centre, they teach about diet, deportment, exercise, and good sportsmanship. Mr. Blobby is ready to join his aerobics class.
Here we go. Add up. 4 more. 4. Okay, one on to the side. 8, 7. Yep. Again. Okay, that's good. All right. Heel to bum. Pick it up. Pick it up. And out. Your arms. Pull in. Go 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, and 3. Okay, turn to the right now. Turn to the right. Here we go. 4, 3, 2. Back to the front. Here. Stay here. Stay here. Stay here. 10. Here we go. Yep. Stay here. Okay, well done, everyone. Let's take that down to a march. March it out. Okay, cooling you down. And shake it out. Okay, as your mat please, just stretch you out.
I think you'll find, Mr. Blobby, that that was just the warm-up.
Okay, everybody, here we go. Let's go to work now. It's time for some real exercise. Okay, welcome to the feet. Arms. Feet up. Good.
Mr. Blobby likes to work out on the weights as often as he can. No wonder this athletic specimen is in the shape he's in. Blobby is one of the best badminton players in the world. There's not much he doesn't know about the sport. What he doesn't know about badminton is quite important, really. It is important to make regular checks on how the athlete's body responds to the punishing exercises. The multi-gym is something that Blobby excels at. Yes, Mr. Blobby is no lightweight. The annual five-a-side football match is the highlight of the sporting calendar. And sporting hero Blobby is the man everyone wants on their team. Yeah. Well, sometimes I get it wrong. Look at the cool confidence in Mr. Blobby's performance. Another triumph for our hero and his loyal supporters. Mr. Blobby is about to take a relaxing sauna. We'll give him some privacy. Mr. Blobby! Looks like he's overdone it with the steam again. Of course, Blobby is no stranger to sporting activity, but Garth Crooks is to the offside rule.
Hello, Mr. Blobby.
Blobby, Blobby, Blobby.
Yeah, it is a beautiful day here in Blobbyland.
Blobby, blob, blob, Blobby.
What am I doing? I'm playing football. Do you know how to play football?
Blobby, Blobby.
Would you like to learn how to play, Mr. Blobby?
Oh, Blobby, 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 Blobby. Oh, lovely, Blobby, Blobby.
OK. Can you kick the ball, Mr. Blobby?
Blobby, 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 Blobby. Blobby, Blobby, Blobby.
Oh, Mr. Blobby, you are a silly Billy. You've made a mess of that ball, Mr. Blobby.
Oh, Blobby. Blobby, 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 Blobby. Blobby, 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 Blobby. Oh, Blobby.
Can we...
Oh, Blobby.
Can we get someone in, boys?
Oh, Blobby. Blobby.
Let's get it up as quick as you can, please. You all right?
Pardon?
You all right, Barry?
No, oh, thanks my foot. Thanks my foot.
He's got caught in the net.
Sorry, I can't do it. Oh, that's it, I'm all right. Oh, sorry. Oh,
You all right?
sorry, Garth.
OK, thank you. Quick as we can, now.
We don't have 2 goals, Barry.
Sorry.
Here goes.
Oh, what?
Blobby.
Can we untangle him?
Come on, boys, quickly again.
We're in an overrun now. So, you know, it's great, the energy.
He says energy. He says
But you're wrecking the set. So...
Of course, in a real game of football, we'd have teams.
Blobby!
Do you know how many boys and girls there are in a football team, Mr. Blobby?
Blobby, Blobby. 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 Blobby.
I think we need the... I think you just have to come in.
Blobby. Blobby. Blobby.
That's right.
Blobby.
11.
Carry on. Blobby dribbling through.
Blobby. 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 Blobby.
Hold it.
Blobby.
Nice one, Barry.
Boys.
But remember, when you're dribbling, an opposing player might tackle you. Tackling means taking the ball away from you, but without committing a foul. I'm going to tackle you. Ready, Mr. Blobby?
Blobby. Blobby. Blobby.
You certainly know about playing football now.
Oh, Blobby. Oh, Blobby, Blobby, Blobby. What a tackle! That was terrible. Where's the red card? Where's the ref?
Oh, no, I can't believe it.
Now, did you catch Mr. Blobby's unforgettable contribution to the World Cup? That's right, he was singing the song. But why wasn't he on the pitch? Well, in the commentary box, we were all asking the question, just how good a footballer is Mr. Blobby?
Well, what can you say about Mr. Blobby, or as the fans call him, Blozzer? I mean, every generation has its football heroes. Blobby Charlton, Blobby Moore, Blobby Styles. But the big name for the 90s has got to be Mr. Blobby. I tell you this, I wouldn't like to be the goalkeeper standing between the goalposts when Mr. Blobby's thundering towards you. Come to that, I wouldn't even like to be the goalpost.
There's lots of talk these days about who's the better player, Gazza or Blozzer. Well, for my money, there's only one winner in that argument, and that's football. Anyway, you can't really make a comparison. After all, Mr. Blobby's thinner than Gazza, isn't he? And you can understand what he's saying.
Blobby, 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 Blobby!
I've never seen anything like Mr. Blobby. Last time I saw him play against the Broth Under-15 Reserves B team, he's taken a high pass in the centre, he's nodded it down to his toes, then he's totally wrong-footed the keeper and been facing an open goal. Yet he's only gone off to the dressing room for a cup of tea.
So many well-known British footballers have ended up here in Italy, and at the moment, Mr. Blobby's the one catching the interest. He's so difficult to tackle, the defenders just seem to bounce off him.
I've never quite seen the attraction of Mr. Blobby. He is average in midfield, not one of the game's great defenders, and you wouldn't want him up front. If I was him, I'd stick to the ballet dancing.
You know, it's a funny old game, football, and there's not many players around these days with such an encyclopedic knowledge of the game as Mr. Blobby. His tactical use of the rules and his analytical prowess are second to none, except perhaps Garth Crooks.
When I'm nearer the goal line than the outfield player, not including the goalkeeper.
Garth never did understand the offside rule.
My new series, starting next season, called Blobs and Greavesy, is going to be a real eye-opener. Mr. Blobby is one of the few footballers around who really knows one end of the pitch from the other, and believe me, that can be an advantage.
He's a home builder, as well as an accomplished chef, as we will see a little later.
Hello! Hi!
Yes. Oh, no, it's all right. No, it's OK. Think nothing of it. You only had to ask. Yeah, I'm very happy to help you with your paperwork. That sort of paperwork. Ah, actually, I rather like decorating. Now, the secret, Blobby, of good DIY is good preparation.
Blobby.
What we need is a bucket of paste.
Oh, Blobby!
Bucket of paste. Scissors. Brush. Yeah, very funny. Very funny. Yeah, all right. OK, now look. This is serious stuff. You are now going to do the paper measuring. OK, you take the top of the paper and let the roll fall to the ground. Up the steps. There you go. You've got to get it right, otherwise you... Remember, take the top of the paper and let the roll fall to the ground. Not quite what I meant, but anyway, look, come here. Hold on to the end of the paper, then when you're ready, let the roll fall to the ground. There you go. All right. Look, decorating's not meant to be dangerous. Come on. Right. OK. I've got the steps. Oh, look, we're going to need another roll of paper now. OK. You go up the steps, and I'll hand you the paper. Are you there? Now concentrate on this. There you go. And when you're ready, let the roll go down to the ground, and then I'll mark it.
Blobby!
OK.
Blobby!
Good. See, if there's 2 ways of doing it, you'll find 3. OK, I'm just going to mark that there. Jolly good. Now we'll go and paste it. Come on.
Blobby!
Now, this is the bit you have to do very, very carefully. You need... Blobby, you need the scissors so you get a nice finish at the end. Oh, well, suit yourself. Right, there we go. There's your brush. And paste. Now, try and be careful with the paste. Yep, it's usual to do it on the back. The back. Turn it over. Good man. Well done, very good. You seem to have got the hang of this. Gently, just nice and gently. Gently, that's lovely. Oh, do it yourself.
Louie, I'm over here. Louie, I'm over here. Louie, I'm over here. Louie, help me, Louie. Please get...
It's all right, I'm fine. Hey, no, I'm all right. You've got some bubbles here. Now, I'll show you a tip for how to get rid of these.
Blobby!
Now, you simply puncture each air bubble with a pin. You like using a lot of paste, don't you? Yes, yeah, all right. Well, it's a job, oh, well, it's done. Come on, let's get on with the next task. Come on, Blobby. Come on. Blobby, stop it, don't panic, don't panic. This is one of the simplest jobs to do around the house. If you've got a blocked kitchen sink, you just simply reach underneath, there's a little screw on the bottom of the pipe, and you sort the problem.
Oh, Blobby!
I'll show you. Right, come and watch. Right. Important to get the bucket there, because some of the water coming out will not be very nice, because it's been in the sink, isn't it? And then, there you go. And you tip that out of there, see? That's good. Lovely. Right, and then you check there's anything just... Oh, Blobby! Blobby, what have you done? Blobby, you... Oh, for goodness sake! Where is he? Where is he? Come on, where are you, Blob? Blobby. Oh, hi. All right, what do we got? Build your own garden shed. Oh, this is going to be all right. This is going to be easy because you just need the base. You need the two ends, one with a door in. We want the four sides. One side's got the window. Yeah, and a roof. And that's, yep, good. Right. Blob. You've you got it the wrong way up. Wrong way up. Yeah. Got the map the wrong way up. Should be like that. Oh! Oh, who are you calling a know-all? Look, if a job is worth doing, a job is worth doing well. Now, kindly pass me that rake, Blobby. Oh. Thank you very much. That's well done. Yep, that'll sort us out perfectly. Just what we want. Blob, I've just spent an hour clearing the whole area. Oh! Okay, I'm coming. Now, the secret, Blobby, is not to rush a job like this. Otherwise, accidents could happen. Oh, mind your fingers. Right, now, just hold the two sides together. Okay, now hold that very, very still. Okay, you mustn't move. I'll just go and get another section. Oh, no. I said don't move. This is no time to take a break. We haven't finished yet. Great, good. That's the roof done. All right, this is the bit I like, the window. Good. Yeah. Oh, for good... Do stop playing around, please. I'll never get this done. Oh, all right, that's a good job, well done. Very good. Oh, that's good. What's wrong? Oh, you haven't got it on yourself. Oh, daft brush. Good. Look, I reckon it was worth a bit of pain. Another job well done. Right, what's next? Oh, my pleasure. Anytime, Blobby, just pick up the phone.
Blobby, Blobby, Blobby.
Oh, you haven't got my number?
Blobby.
Shame.
Blobby. Blobby. Blobby.
It's a lovely day in Blobbyland, and Mr. Blobby is very excited. Today, he's being allowed into the kitchen with his very special visitors, Hudson and Halls, who are going to teach Mr. Blobby how to cook.
Watch it, Mr. Blobby. Nice to see you, Mr. Blobby.
Hello, Blobby.
What are we going to do?
Yes, Mr. Blobby, first of all, we're going to do some lovely savoury tuna boats.
And then we're going to do a little dessert called Bunnies on the Lawn, which will be made clear to you afterwards.
Blobby, blah, 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 blah.
Watch it there, you're a bit bigger than me.
And then also, too, we're going to do some frozen yoghurt with a lovely berry sauce and cream.
Can I tell you something? Mr. Blobby isn't deaf. Now, we're going to start firstly with the rolls here. We've got some bread rolls here. Just to show you, I just cut the top off like that. Careful there, Mr. Blobby. Don't get too excited,
he's frightened about the knife, you see.
Oh, I'll put it away safely. Yes, be very careful with knives in the kitchen. So I've emptied those out. So you hollowed them out. Naughty! Naughty! Hey, I want that for later. Done it on my own place, I'll do it in somebody else's.
And also,
you need to lose some weight, Mr. Blobby, I think.
Now, you have some tuna, which is another one, which is this colour. This bowl closest to the glass. That's it. So you pop that in there, tip that in there. No, take it out of the bowl.
Oh,
that's it. Now, mix that together with a spoon and don't put it all over the place. And also to the spring onions.
Careful, I'll hold the bowl for us. And the spring onions, please, mister. I'll get the spring... There they are. They match your eyes, the green ones. That's the boy. Good boy.
Careful,
That's enough.
Put them all in. That's enough. I hope your kids are doing better than this at home.
We're not going to worry very much about measurements here, because it doesn't matter how much
Can you bring me 2 eggs, please?
This will be good. Well done.
Whole box.
I think.
Careful with them.
Blobby.
Oh, yes, I see.
Well done.
You careful.
Now,
I
just
have
break it in the bowl.
Right.
Break
Now,
one.
do you want one for yourself as well?
Yes. Break one in
another one.
Break
No, don't get another egg.
He's got one. He's got one. Break it in there.
Break it in there. That's it.
Oh, well. Never mind. Stir it round well. Good cook, children.
Now, just mix this all together.
Oh, do another one.
Oh, I don't think we need...
That's enough. We've had enough eggs, Mr. Blobby, thank you. We'll take that shell out. There's no egg in here
Peter, have you got the other rolls now? I'll get them for you.
That's going to cost the BBC the earth, Mr. Blobby.
Now, can you put some of that in there, Peter?
You are rotten. No, don't. Oh, Mr. Blobby. Naughty boy. Naughty.
Well, you won't get any when they're cooked.
No, that's it. You're finished.
Right,
You're
I'll
off.
clear
You're
up.
off. You naughty boy, Mr. Blobby. Isn't he naughty, children? Now, all we've got here, these are a bit big, these plates, but we'll just imagine this. The green jelly is to represent grass. You could do this as well. Oh, lovely.
Isn't quite the way it was
Oh, you well... Where's the cloves? Here, I'll pop the cloves in. There's eye. Now, this is all I do. I've got a marshmallow here. Who took all the knives?
I did.
Just break a marshmallow in half.
Right.
And then squinch it round like that, and that just goes at the back like that, and that makes a little tail. You see? That's a poppy little tail. Just pop that on your bunny. Oh, beautifully done. That is a picture. Well, that is a little bunny, and the green jelly represents grass. Next.
Right, we were going to do you some frozen yoghurt. I don't know where it is.
No, don't eat the jelly yet.
No. Leave the jelly.
Never mind, I can't help that. Well, you'll get enough, won't you?
All right.
Pretend like Mr. Blobby does.
Bowl.
Oh, I did not.
Try and get it in the bowl, would you? There's a good fella.
Now, do you want some of this? Not
Yes.
too fast, Mr. Blobby, thank you.
Whoops, that's enough.
Just
Thank
slow
you.
down, slow down.
Stop.
That's the boy.
Blobby.
There.
Blobby! Lovely. Now
Didn't he do well?
Just do a little bit on here.
I don't want to look.
Over. Now that's wicked.
No, but now that's
You
naughty.
must
Now,
stop- you're
don't
gonna
you
have
ever
to
do
do
this
that.
at home? Don't you do this at home?
You're going to
Mr.
have to
Blobby,
clear
you're
all
being
this up, Mr.
terrible
Blobby, when we
today.
finish, because
Terrible.
you'll make all your own mess. Now, don't touch the plate.
No, you'll be going outside in a minute.
You won't get any after.
Now, you know where we said we'd take you afterwards?
Oh, you know,
Forget. No.
Blobby.
He's gone mad. He's gone.
Have any liquid cream, Mr. Blobby?
Yes,
Let me have some
yes,
of
the
that
cream.
squodgy cream over there.
Squodgy cream, Mr. Blobby, and I'm leaving the set now.
Give him some sauce.
Give him some sauce to play
Right,
with.
but not too much, because otherwise...
Right.
No. Not yet, not yet.
A bit early. I think you do the cream, David.
Now, what we're going to show... No, don't you...
Yes, have a punch up the two of you.
Now, just
now,
relax.
Calm down.
Calm down.
Blobby Blob!
Now, watch closely.
I want
This is
a
just...
Blobby
All
Blob.
right, you can Blobby Blob in a moment. I will just show you what we're going to do first. You just take a little bit of this cream and just dab it
Why are you
like that. Put
shaking?
some little blobs on there like that. Oh, I'm shaking. They say never work with animals and kids. You can get that. And that's that like that. And then I get the skewer.
Let Mr. Blobby do this.
No, he's not. He's doing his own. And then just run that through like that. You see? And you get little pretty pictures. All right, we'll do you... This is a pot of frozen
Hurry,
fruit.
will you?
Sure.
Get it open.
No, here. Now, put your little bit of cream on.
Now,
Just
here's
a
your
moment.
little... Here's your...
Double.
Here's a skewer.
Here's a skewer. Now, make patterns. Make pretty patterns.
Now, make pretty patterns out of the cream. Just go squinch that. Beautiful. Oh,
So what we're going to get out for you in a moment, we'll have a quick clean-up. Mr. Blobby will continue cooking.
He's going to wash up.
And then we'll show you what we've actually cooked.
Beautifully done.
These are little tuna... Oh, they're the tuna boats they were. Well, I never did. Did your mother never tell you to be careful?
Are we ready?
These are the things. Oh, lovely, Mr. Blobby. We've saved
you
that
have
one.
done well.
That's terrific.
Well,
Oh,
children,
what a
that's
good
how you
serve.
give an elegant little lunch for us. Many people did you like to ask?
Hello. Do you know what this is, Mr. Blobby?
Oh, blob, blob.
That's right. It's money.
Oh.
Long, long ago, Mr. Blobby's ancestors didn't have any money. They swapped things. Like this. Hello, old Farmer Blobby.
Hold it. Well, should have crossed there. Should have crossed there, Barry.
It's difficult to swear in that costume. Say I wanted one of old Farmer Blobby's sheep. Hello, old Farmer Blobby.
Oh, Blobby, 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 Blobby.
In exchange, I'm going to give you this bag of flour.
Oh, Blobby, Blobby. Blobby.
Where's the sheep?
Blobby bean.
OK, back again. Stop, please.
Blobby. Oh, the
Right.
Blobby.
Thank you. Oh, here you are.
Where's my flour? Oh, Blobby.
This is a very heavy sheep.
Oh, 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 oh.
Thank you, old Farmer Blobby.
Would you like to lose a sheep, Val?
No, I think it's very funny.
No, that's fine.
What would happen if I put the sheep down?
Do we know if that sheep stands up?
Yes. I could put the sheep down, sort of here, which gets it...
Blobby sheep. Blobby sheep.
Yeah, we asked for a standing
Because
sheep.
you're walking later, Val. You're walking later
Yes.
on...
So I could say, or heavy sheep, and put it down with relief.
Oh, Blobby sheep.
Whenever they wanted to go shopping. So they settled on the Blobby bean. Mr. Blobby's got one to show you.
Oh, well, big Blobby.
The Blobby bean was used as money. A bag of flour was worth 2 Blobby beans.
Hold it. You all right
You
now?
all right?
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Where was the sheep?
Okay.
Chipped over the
Fallen over. I didn't think it would stand up. It's too difficult to put down and stand up.
That was my fault for putting it down. I didn't think because you
You all
can't
right,
see
Barry?
it.
No, it fell down, Val.
You
We're gonna have
okay?
to strike that
All right.
sheep. aren't we?
Yeah, I'm all right.
For a second, I thought you'd done it for fun. And a cow was worth 25 Blobby beans. Are you going to help me count them, Mr. Blobby? Well, of course, you couldn't always carry so many Blobby beans around with you. So the ancient Bobbylandians invented paper money. And Mr. Blobby, you've got some paper money, haven't you?
Please.
There you are. It's over there.
Hold it, please. Same place, please. Stand by.
So will you help me count it, Mr. Blobby?
Blobby, Blobby, Blobby. Oh, Blobby, 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 Blobby.
Of course, you couldn't always carry so many Blobby beans around with you. So the ancient Bobbylandians invented paper money. And Mr. Blobby, you've got some paper money, haven't you? That's it. This is worth 5 Blobby beans. So you give me the money, and I give you...
Fine. Oh, we got no Blobby beans. They're all over the floor.
Because they're all on the floor.
And this one is worth a massive... 100 Blobby beans. Oh, there you are. You're going to enjoy that, aren't you? Well, of course, with all this money, you have to find somewhere safe to keep it all. And that's what banks are for. Right, you give me some money. Thank you. Yes, yes, I think that's enough to open an account with. Thank you. And I'll give you a checkbook. And if I want to give Mr. Blobby some money, I can actually write him a check. 10 Blobby beans, Val Singleton. There you are. There's a check. But you must have my check card so that you can check that my signature is the same as the one on the check.
Oh, Blobby, Blobby.
Well, if you want to get some actual Blobby beans, you can get your cash. There's a cash point over here. Come on. Now, what we're going to do, if you leave me be, is put the check card in like that, press your special numbers, and you should get some money. There you go. You're going to pick the money up. You pick the money up. When you've got your cash, you can go and spend it on anything you like.
It's a beautiful day here in Blobbyland. Saturday, when everyone goes shopping. Of course, not everyone can find exactly what they want. But that's probably because they weren't looking hard enough. Oh, Blobby, will you listen to that shirt? Because Mr. Blobby will be going on holiday soon, he needs to get a photograph for his passport. Even Blobby needs identification. Mr. Blobby, you look better in your photograph. For his holiday, Mr. Blobby will need a new bucket and spade. That's a bit of luck, Blobby. A nice big bucket. But what's that inside it? Oh, must be sandpaper. Blobby loves his visits to the supermarket. It's so straightforward. Mr. Blobby seems to have attracted the attention of someone very important. Supermarkets like to attract shoppers with nice, shiny skinned fruits. Some shoppers, though, are attracted by other things. Blobby selects a nice orange for himself. Oh gosh, is it autumn already? It looks like Blobby's found out fruit is good if you want to weigh less. Mr. Blobby's unique sense of smell hunts out the fresh bread counter. No wonder bread is a staple of our diets. It's so versatile. You can do so much with bread. Even eat it.
Excuse me, sir. Haven't done anything, but you have. You're our 1 millionth customer, and I have great pleasure in telling you that your shopping today is costing you nothing.
Being good with money prepared Blobby for the rigours of shopping. But nothing could prepare Blobby for the rigours of meeting Will Carling.
Hello, Mr. Blobby. Yes, it's a beautiful day today here in Blobbyland, isn't it?
Blobby, Blobby.
I'm going to have a game of rugby today, I think.
Oh, Blobby, 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 Blobby.
I think it's a good idea, too. Do you know how to play rugby, Mr. Blobby?
Blobby, Blobby.
Never mind, never mind.
Blobby, Blobby, Blobby.
I can teach you how to play, Mr. Blobby.
Oh, Blobby.
But first of all, we need a ball. We can't actually play without a ball. Have you got a ball, Mr. Blobby?
Blobby, Blobby, Blobby.
Ah, I know. Why don't you use some of your Blobby magic?
Blobby, Blobby, Blobby. Blobby.
Wow! Brilliant!
Blobby.
Now...
Can we hold this down? Mike,
Shut up.
I'm not convinced by this. Would you mind doing that? It's just that process again of holding out, but with a real rugby ball, because that looks weird on the monitor to me.
Blobby ball. The Blobby ball.
Shut up.
I don't know. It depends whether.
Yeah, maybe we should use that one. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're doing that bit again then.
Yeah, but I think it's worth doing. But I'm sorry, Will, to make you go through this process again.
Sorry.
And Barry, of course. I'm sorry. I should have made my mind up earlier.
Never mind. Yes. From here.
Hang on, sorry.
You're all right, Barry.
I didn't mean to tread on his toe.
I see it. Okay, so stand by. Settle down, everyone. Stand by for the cue.
I know. Why don't you magic us with some of your Blobby magic? You can produce a ball for us. With you. I missed that. I thought he was just hitting me.
Come on, Barry. I said animated. I didn't say, you know, grievous bodily harm. Come on.
You win the game, Mr. Blobby, by scoring points. Ooh. And to do that, you need the ball, and you have to run and get over the opponent's goal line and put it down for a try. Ooh. And then you convert that.
Yeah, here we blob, here we blob, here we blob. Blobby, 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 blob.
You win the game by scoring Mr. Points, Mr. Blobby. And you do that by... Mr.
By Mr. Points, you said.
Mr. Oh, right.
Yeah,
I thought I said
scoring
Mr.
points,
Mr.
yeah.
Okay. All right, same place again.
Right, sorry. And that means I grab you and try and stop you and basically throw you to the floor.
Oh, Blobby, oh, Blobby.
Hold it there. But what we do is we basically bend down and bind against each other and put the ball in, and then we try and hook it back to our own side with our feet. So you have to put your arms up here.
Oh, Blobby.
Right, so I'll hook it back, which means I win the scrum. I wish you'd stop swearing. And you push. That's it. And we put the ball in like that, and then we try and hook it with our feet. So I'll hook it back, and I'll win the scrum. Right, Mr. Blobby. I've got the ball, and I'm running for the line.
Blobby, Blob.
I don't believe this.
And this quiet superstar surprised us all when he revealed on live television that not only was there a Mrs. Blobby, but a baby Blobby as well.
NTV now visits the home of a true superstar. Go! Hello, Mr. Blobby! Hello, Mr. Blobby! Hello, Mr. Blobby! Hello! Hello, Blobby! Blobby, mind the language. Mind the language there. I don't want you swearing at all here, Blobby. Do you know who set you up for this, Blobby? Yes, it was your wife, Mrs. Blobby. It was Mrs. Blobby who set you up. Blobby. Let's just have a little look round the Blobby household while he gets his breath there. There's a very nice lamp in the background. That's fine taste, and the BlobbyVision. I can see, yes, very nice BlobbyVision. And did I see a blobby fish there? Yes. What do you call the blobby fish? Blob. There you. Right, now, you might look a little worried, Mr. Blobby, because I've got them. Yes, the photos. I've got the photos, and here's Mr. Blobby as a little boy at school. Isn't that lovely? And you were quite a sports star, weren't you, in your day? Yes. Yeah. There we got very proud member of the primary school cricket team. Was he any good at sport, Mrs. Blobby? No, hopeless. Now, Mr. Blobby, am I right in thinking that as a teenager you had problems, didn't you? It wasn't the happiest time in your life. No, because he, as you will see from this picture of him in the park, he got a lot of extra spots. Yeah, and he didn't really... Were you good with the girls in those days? Oh, all right, he was... Yeah, OK. He was very keen on music. There he is on the college steps playing his guitar. What musical influence did you have, Mr. Blobby?
Oh, Blobby Dylan.
Blobby Dylan. Blobby Dylan. However, am I right in thinking that there is a sad side to your life, that when you left school, that in fact, you found it very difficult to get a job? Yeah? Yeah. It is so. And week after week you go to the Blob Centre. And there wouldn't be a blob there for you at all. So he took up busking using his musical ability, and there you see him standing in a doorstep trying to raise money for his lovely wife. But, and I think I have to say, thanks to the house party, you've become a bit of a celebrity now, haven't you? Yeah, things are better. And you are, of course, now a friend of the famous and an advisor to the famous. probably explains a lot about the state we're in at the moment here. We have a tribute for you, Mr. Blobby, all the way from Italy. One of our top sports personalities wants to say a big thank you to you. You've helped Will Carling, you've helped Garth Crooks and Wayne Sleep, and this man.
Hi, Blozzer. Well, I bet you're surprised to see me. I wouldn't miss this for the world. You've been a fantastic mate for me, and you've really helped me throughout my career. And not only that, I think if you hadn't showed me that offside rule, there's no way I would have scored half the goals that I did. And for cheering me up, you know, jumping on my left knee when I had the operation on the right, just to take away the pain. Fantastic to see. I heard you're a fantastic player, and no doubt can only get better from learning from someone like yourself. But, as I say in Italy, I will a lad.
An emotional tribute from somebody that you've helped a lot over the years. What's that noise? What's that noise? What's going on there? Baby Blobby! Oh, I had no idea there was a baby Blobby! Oh! One of the... Oh, that is lovely. One of the best showbiz secrets, I would say, that there is a baby Blobby there. Mrs. Blobby, does he change any of the nappies there? No, I suppose that would be a little bit of a mess. Thank you, the Blobbies, stars of MTV.
Of course, all hard-working superstars need a rest, and Blobs is no exception. Welcome to Blobbyland's busy international airport. There's great excitement today as we await the arrival of the most famous jet setter of the age. Here comes his car now. Oh, Mr. Blobby seems to be upset about something. It seems the driver's roof rack has fallen off in the journey. If Mr. Blobby doesn't mind me saying, he seems to be making a lot of fuss about a suitcase. Arriving at airports can be a lot of fun. With the scramble for trolleys, the automatic doors and the moving walkway, no wonder we all like to travel. Yes, those moving walkways are certainly a big help to the traveller. It looks like Mr. Blobby's suitcases could be overweight. Mr. Blobby likes to be comfortable, so it's important that he's happy with the seating arrangements. After all that lifting, Mrs. Blobby has to rest her weary self. Whoops! And off she goes. Just as well she's not wanted on the voyage. Mr. Blobby, excuse me, haven't you forgotten something? Mr. Blobby arrives at the security checkpoint, where hand baggage is scanned and people are searched. Even if he breathes in, he still can't get through. I wonder what they'll do in a case like that. Mr. Blobby is a stickler for security and a man who believes you can't be too careful. This is one of Mr. Blobby's favourite jokes. He disguises himself so no one knows it's him. Let's see if he gets away with it. In the air, it's important to know where everything is, and the seasoned traveller will ensure everything he requires for his journey is in place.
It's meant to be, Uncle.
Mr. Blobby. Oh, I'm sorry. Mr. Blobby? Oh, I beg your pardon. Carry on. Excuse me. Excuse me. Do you know Mr. Blobby? Oh, good. It's a pleasure to have you on board. And, would you care to have a look in our cockpit? No, it's the bit in the front, where we fly the plane from. Take that to be a yes.
Hello, Blobby. You flying the plane? No, I thought not. I am.
Where to? Blobby Land. I've just come from there.
Postman Blob. Postman Blob collects a parcel from the depot. Postman Blob arrives at the house to deliver the parcel.
Yes? Oh, look, it's all broken. Well, look, you want to be more careful in future. Oi, look, this is not for me. It's for you.
Coming soon on BlobbyVision Video, Blobby's Adventures in Toyland. This is Blobby C1, a part of the BlobbyVision network, blobcasting on the BlobSat satellite to over 500 million homes worldwide. That's an estimated, rounded up, 24 hours a day, well, maybe not every day.
Blobby! Blobby, Blobby! Blobby, Blobby, Blobby! Oh, Blobby! Blobby, Blobby, Blobby! Blobby! Oh, dear! Oh! Oh! Bee, 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 bee! Oh! Blobby, Blobby, Blobby! Blobby! Oh, Blobby! Oh! Hey, Blobby! Hey, Blobby, Blobby, Blobby! Oh! Oh, Blobby! Hey, Blobby! Blobby, 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 Blobby!
What was I doing under the desk?
Hey, Blobby, Blobby!
I was looking for your clanger.
Blobby?
Yes, I was looking for your clanger because yesterday you said you dropped one. Blobby, hello. Hi. I thought I'd come and give you a hand.
Oh,
I want to do something. I want to get in the swing of things. Hey, I tell you what, could I read some letters? Gosh, you've got lots of letters here, Mr. Blobby. Look at this one. Dear Mr. Blobby, I do think that you are handsome and you are much better looking than Noel Edmonds and you make me laugh. Oh, what a lovely letter that is, isn't it? Very nice. Dear Mr. Blobby, I think you are the best thing on television and I watch your show from beginning to end. That's Dear Mr. Blobby, you are indeed the funniest, happiest, most wonderful person on television and I love your show very much. Just a second, Blobby. Just a second. This writing. They all look the same. Look at that. Look at that. Look at the writing there. And then look at the writing there. They're all the same. I know what you've been doing. You've been writing letters to yourself, haven't you? Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Off, please. Don't worry. You needn't be embarrassed. You needn't be shocked about it because I used to write letters to myself as well. I mean, yeah, well, how do you think I got on so well, you know? Anyway, I've got a surprise. Yeah, surprise? What day is it today? What day is it today? Shh. Whose birthday is it today? It's your birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Very happy birthday to you. Yeah, I know you're embarrassed. I know you got a bit red there, haven't you? Now, I've got a surprise for you. I've got a lovely, lovely surprise. Don't move an inch.
Blobby! Blobby, 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 Blobby!
Here I've got a surprise birthday cake. Just for you. For you! Yeah. It's lovely, lovely cream. Yeah. And it's lovely, lovely icing. And look, there's a message on it. And they've spelt your name wrong. Yeah, there. Happy birthday, Mr. Blobby.
Oh, Blobby!
Coming up now on your favourite channel, Blob's Big Break. On Crinkly Bottoms Burning Tonight, we join the team at Pinkwatch as they greet their newest recruit.
Oh,
And there's drama when Mr. Blobby falls out with the cast of Casualty.
Welcome to this special edition of Grandstand. We're going to pay our first visit to the Winter Games at Crinkley Bottom. We're going to take you straight to the famous Cresta Run for a dramatic display of bobsleighing. Shouldn't that be bobsleighing? Another goal for us there, I fancy. We'll be visiting the Winter Games later in the programme. But now it's time for today's wrestling, where it's so quiet you could hear a pin fall. Oh, it's a joke. It's a wrestling joke. Well, if you didn't want jokes, you should have got Desmond Lynam. It's Mr. Blobby taking on the Crinkley Crusher for the world title.
Gentlemen!
Now, listen. Just go! You don't do that! Let's move!
I'm not going to warn you, just not warn you again.
Right now, preparations are underway for the Grand National Sweepstake for fillies and other horses. We can take a look at our favourite jockey, the people's favourite, Willie Blobby.
Yippee!
Athletics now, and it's over to the smoky rooms at Ilford for the darts competition. Golf now, and waiting for us on the green are some of the country's top professionals.
Oh, no. Blobby! Look at him! Tell me he played. Oh, what are you doing here? What are you doing? Oh. I ended it up already. Oh, my God. Hey, I gotta use this one. Oh, no. To the team.
Oi, Blobby, it's not there. It's over there in the bunker.
It's unbelievable. Sixty-four, that's all right for the first hole. Let's get off to the second hole. Come on. Look at me.
And now on Blobby C1, it's time to go over to the white sands, blue ocean and striped deck chairs of Southern California for our visit to the beautiful people of Blobwatch. There's a surfboard leaving for Malibu. Get on it.
What makes a man like a man is it in his heart? Could we be born with our future right from the start? You know what you want, you know what you gotta do. If you got it all planned, why don't you see it through? Yeah, I'm gonna change till you love me. I'm gonna change my destiny. I'm gonna change tonight. I'm gonna make you see. Let you see that you love me.
Look, Blobby, there's a shark.
Oh, come on, I thought it was going to keep the beach safe.
Ow! Blobby!
Go on, do something.
Blobby! Watch! Ow! Ow! Oh! Oh, Blobby! Ah, Blobby!
Quick! She's taking in some water. She's in trouble. Hurry up! Not that one, Blobby. She's the one in trouble.
Oh, Blobby, I'm sorry I ran from you. How can I make it up to you?
Attention, please. A grand sandcastle competition. Big prize, ATP. Judging at 3 o'clock.
Let's have another look at that. It looks to me like another Blobby moment. What a move! What an idiot! You can tell when you've been blobbied.
Is this you? Embarrassed about baldness? Well, don't be. Get down to the branch of the Undetectable Wig Shop in Crinkly Bottom, and your troubles will be over. The Undetectable Wig. Your friends will notice a difference, but they won't know why. You can wear it round the house. You can play in it. You can dance in it. Just don't go out in it. The Undetectable Wig Shop. Comb the streets till you find it.
Blobby spray for cool people everywhere, naturally. The news now on Blobby C1, read by Noel Edmonds and Marjorie Hilton Blobby. And following the success of the traffic lights in Crinkley Bottom High Street, the council have decided to put up a set for traffic coming the other way. Crinkley Bottom multi-screen cinema The Pits has closed down for redecoration. The owners say it will open again in a fortnight, but in the meantime patrons will have to stick their chewing gum under their own seats.
Why is she getting all the best stories? Show business news now. Crinkly Bottom Infants have announced that Nellie Chisel will again play Mary in the Nativity play, and that the three wise men will not be reappearing unless they pull their socks up in the spelling tests. I'm sorry, apparently that should be Nellie Chizelle. There was drama in Crinkly Bottom's twin town Dangley End when a cat stole a kipper from a fish shop. What is this about? I've got nothing decent here. Let's go over to our man on the spot. Blobby, can you tell us what happened? So Schnufty the cat stole this kipper and ran off up a tree and has been holding the police at bay? Are there any hostages? Well, good news in the siege at Dangley End. All the hostages have been released. Blobby, can you tell us where the kipper is now? So the police hope to have some more information on that before our next bulletin. Right. Are there any plans to get Schnufty down out of the tree? So on behalf of Blobby C1, you've actually contacted the emergency services. And the army. And the Air Sea Rescue helicopter. Don't be silly, Blobby. You don't need all those. So you're saying the cat will be down within the next 24 hours? Well, a happy ending to our cat story. Good night, everyone. What do you mean you're stuck? He says he's stuck. Looks very stuck. And now on Blobby C1, we go over to Ian McBlobskill in the London Weather Centre. OK, Mr. Blobby, can you tell me what the weather's going to be like in Devon and Cornwall today?
Blobby?
And what's the forecast for Scotland? And for the farmers in Wales?
Blobby. Blobby.
So we can expect some regions to be hit by high winds. With some periods of freezing blizzards. So, to recap, some of us will have long, bright spells, but with a chance of rain in coastal areas. And some high winds. It will be sunny in the southwest, and we can expect fine weather for at least the next 7 days. Any chance of a shower? Later tonight, will they, won't they, did they, didn't they, could they, couldn't they? Yes, it's BlobbyVision's That's My Date. It's a very small school. Okay. Right. You look round the wrong way. Okay, you're gonna love this. 3 lovely, lovely girls. Oh, it's my thumb. Oh, careful, careful. Okay, there we go. Right, all right. Okay. Oh, no, here we go. Mr. Blobby. Blobby. We need your first question for our 3 contestants. Yep. Yeah. Oh, it's good. It's good. It's good. So, could we please have your response, contestant number 1?
Not on your Nelly.
Good. Contestant number 2.
I used to have one, but I put it in the washing machine, and now I've got 3.
And finally, contestant number 3. Yes. Okay. All right, steady, 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 steady. Oh, that's had quite an impact there. Now, so, Mr. Blobby, it's make your mind up time. Is it 1? 2? Yeah. Yeah. 3. It's difficult. It is difficult, isn't it? They're all lovely. Absolutely. What? No, you can't. No, it spoils it. It's not the game. It's not the game. You're not allowed to look. You're not allowed to look. You're not allowed to look. That's not the game. Oh! In the dark days of World War II, the simple people of Crinkleshire looked to one man to keep the skies clear of enemy planes. That man was Wing Commander Blobsworth, hero of the skies. Now his story can be told in a BlobbyVision miniseries running over the next 37 weeks and with an all-star cast of over 11 people. An epic drama not to be missed, with a special guest appearance of Noel Edmonds as the Short Baron. This is Blobby C1, and this is Mastermind. In this special crinkly bottom edition of Mastermind, we've reached the halfway stage, and our contestants are neck and neck. It's now the general knowledge round, and our first contestant is Mr. Bert the Bugler. Mr. Bugler? Mr. Bugler? Mr. Bugler. Well, in your specialist subject, the Peloponnesian War, 431 to 404 BC, you scored nothing. General knowledge, and your time starts now. What colour is a carrot?
Carrot colour.
Correct. What kind of chewing gum tastes like eels?
Wrigley's.
Correct. Mr. Bugler, you scored 2 points. Now it's the return of Miss Prudence Prendergast. Well, Miss Prendergast, in your specialist subject, romance and the older person in the 20th century, you scored no points. General knowledge, and your time starts now. Name the first man.
I
can help you. It's something to do with an apple.
Oh, Adams.
Correct. Name the first woman. Something to do with an apple?
Granny Smith.
Correct. Miss Prendergast, you have scored 2 points. Very nice, thank you. Miss Prendergast has scored 3 points. And now, Mr. Tony Blackburn. Well, of course, in your specialist round, 10 reasons why Tony Blackburn has been a top disc jockey for 30 years, you scored no points. General knowledge now, and your time starts now. Name the move in which a footballer sends the ball to another player by gently stroking it with his foot.
This is called the inter-player ball contact module.
No, it's called a pass. Complete the name of the mountain road which connects Afghanistan with West Pakistan. The Khyber?
It's known as the Afghanistan West Pakistan Mountain Road Connection.
No, it's pass. Mr. Blackburn, you have scored no points.
And our final contestant, please. And our final contestant, please. Over to the chair, please. The chair. In your specialist subject, the glittering career of Mr. Blobby, you scored 2 points. You need 2 points in the general knowledge round to become mastermind of Crinkly Bottom, and your time starts now. Who is the star of Noel's house party? I'm sorry. Your time is up. This year's Crinkly Bottom mastermind is Miss Prudence Prendergast. Please, Mr. Blobby, please. Mr. Blobby, I think that's enough of that kind of behaviour.
New comedy now for a new season on BlobbyVision.
Hyacinth. I guess you won't know who I bumped into in the street.
Oh, Richard, I do wish you wouldn't speak to people without me. Who did you bump into? Or rather, into whom did you bump?
You know, that fellow who's come to town to do a play reading with the Drama Society. You know, that famous actor chap.
Oh!
Yeah, I asked him to pop over. That could be him now. Oh, I'll go.
A famous actor visiting my home. I hope the neighbours are watching. This afternoon, or oolong, Along. And by the way, it's bouquet. Hasn't he got a keeper or something? He's causing mayhem in my home. What's his name?
Look at her teeth go into that spam. I bet she imagines she's nibbling at my ear hole.
Oh, Nora Blobby.
Oh, man. She'd have to be wolfing her way through a plate of blancmange to be daydreaming about me.
Oh, Blobby!
Who's there?
Wow! Blobby!
Have no fear, Nora. 'Tis I.
Have no fear. You ought to be ashamed of yourselves, terrorising an innocent lady.
Ah, there won't be innocent for long, no. Just get that blanket cleared.
Thank you. It's nice to know there are some gentry fisherman left. Oh, yes. I would like to go for a walk.
Well, there's no accounting for people's tastes. But he'll learn.
Hi, I'm Mr. Blobby. And that was me 3 months ago. Before I tried the Quick Slim diet. I have a delicious, nutritious shake for breakfast. Another for lunch. And a proper dinner. And I lost 8 stone. Quick Slim. Try it for a month and watch the weight drop off.
Okay, I'll try it. I've got this shirt in my son's. I wash one half in my usual powder and the other half in new Blobby automatic. And then I bought a new shirt like you told me to. You forgot your change.
And now on Blobby C1, it's time to browse through the bric-a-brac on the Old Antique Show.
Now this is rare. Great. You don't find many of these around nowadays.
I know.
Most of them were destroyed earlier this century.
So they're worth a few bob then, eh?
Not worth a penny, mate. Next.
Thank you.
Oh, hey, Blobby! Hey, Blobby! Oh, hey, oh, Blobby! Hey, Blobby! Ah! Oh,
Hello. May I?
Oh, yes, yes.
Thank you.
Of course.
Now, this is very nice. Is it an heirloom?
No, lacquer.
I mean this.
Oh.
Have you had it long?
Oh, been in the family for 75 years.
So you bought it new? Any idea what you think this might be worth?
Well, 10, 20,000.
You know, I think I'd like to get another opinion. If you don't mind, I'll get the porter to take this to my colleague. You know, this is marvellous. Unless I'm very much mistaken, this is an original.
Oh, hi, Blobby, hi.
And I think it could fetch a very high price at auction.
Nearly knocked my ice cream over. You nearly knocked my ice cream over.
You could look at between 50 and 80,000 pounds.
Oh, my God. Oh. Oh, no. Oh. Everything he does it for food. Blobbin Hood, coming soon on BlobbyVision. Coming soon to Blobby Movies. An adventure, quite a few weeks in the making. The greatest effects movie since Mr. Blobby goes shopping. Blobassic Park. A monster of a movie, and only on BBCV. Saddle up as Blobby Movies present The Good, The Bad, and The Stupid. That's the end of transmissions for today on BlobbyC1. We start tomorrow with a change to our advertised programmes. We will not now be showing the cup final game between Crinkley Bottom Wanderers and Manchester United, because Crinkley Bottom Wanderers got knocked out in the first round. Instead, there will be a special edition of the popular favourite, Through the Letterbox. Who would live in a house like this?
keep you guessing until tomorrow. Oh, in the meantime, BlobbyVision is closing down. Oh, time to hit the stairs to dreamland. We'll see you tomorrow.
clumsy, Blobby. Why can't you be more like Super Blob? Last night, he dived into the apple dunking barrel and saved 100 crinkly-bottom villagers from drowning. Why can't you be more like him?
Hold the front page!
Oh, Blobby!
Why?
No reason. I just like saying that. Now, I want you to get over to Crinkly Bottom Town Hall at once. There's an allegation that the Lord Mayor has accepted a bribe from a building contractor. Yep. Lost can handle this on her own. Blobby, I want you to answer these. Aunt Prudence's problem page.
Oh, Blobby! Oh, Blobby. Blobby.
Has Lisa lost, breathed her last? Can Super Blob save her? Is this the end of Lisa and Blob? Has Blobby put on weight?
Blobby!
Mr. Blobby.
Oh, Blobby!
I thought it might be you. Did you get my card? Something wrong with your eye? Let's see. Dead insects. You've been cycling too fast again.
Blobby!
Thank you so much, my lord. Show Lord and Lady Freeman into their room,
What about our luggage?
Blob! Yeah. Blobby, blip, blip, blop, blop. Oh, oh, Blobby. Oh, yeah. Oh, Blobby. Oh,
excuse me, that's up.
Oh, Blobby. Oh, 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 Blobby. Oh, oh, Blob. Oh, yeah,
Excuse me.
I
can't get the bath taps to turn.
What do you think you're doing? Give me that.
Give it to me. Oh, Blobby, Blobby, Blobby. Oh, Blobby. Oh, just stop it. Oh, dear.
Explanation for all this? Who's responsible for hiring the staff?
The standard.
Absolutely. You realise? Well?
Look at my hair!
Absolutely. What are you going to do about it? Last time you stay in any of your hotels.
Now, I'm telling you, Mr. Blobby, this is your last chance. You have exactly 10 minutes to deliver this food to the correct rooms. 1 second over and you're fired.
Oh, beep, Blobby. Yep. Oh, oh,
I warned you, Mr. Blobby. I gave you the simplest task and then you failed. Now you're fired.
Blobby?
Last week, Lisa Lost was standing in the way of certain extinction. Was she hurt? Did she survive? Let's find out.
I don't understand it. Super Blob's never let me down before.
Still here? I thought I told you to get down to the town hall and investigate that allegation of bribery against the mayor.
But, sir...
You can't go, Blobby. I've got something more important for you. This week's lottery prediction.
Oh, Blobby.
Go. Shoo, shoo. Here, take a bus.
Oh, God.
Super Blob, if you can hear me, I need your help. Don't worry. Super Blob will find out we're in trouble and come and save us. Trust me. Super Blob, if you can hear me, I need your help. Now, 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 now. It makes no sense. Super Blob failed to save me again.
Oh, Blobby.
You don't think anything's happened to him, do you?
Oh,
Don't be stupid. Super Blob doesn't take holidays. And what's more, I'll prove it to you.
Has Lisa Lost taken the last lunge to Loserville? Is she doomed? Or is the office on the ground floor? Will Super Blob save her just in time? Are Mr. Blobby and Super Blob one and the same person? In next week's blistering episode, all these questions answered. Except maybe the last one.
Oh, Blobby!
In the years of the Cold War, one brave man stood up for the people of these islands against the insurgencies of an incredibly devious enemy. This man went about his business operating undercover, clandestinely, and in a shroud of undetectable secrecy.
Blobby!
That man was called Blob. James Blob.
Blobby!
What?
Hello, MI5, MNO speaking. No, of course it isn't my real name. I'm doing the job of 3 men here, you know. Goodbye. Send him in, will you? Thank you for coming, Blob.
Blobby!
I have had a note from some dangerous kidnappers threatening the safety of one of our most prominent citizens, and we need to take it very seriously.
Blobby!
Because it's me. Now, come over here in the light. This should tell us a lot about the kidnappers. These words have been made up of letters cut out of newspaper articles, and I'm about to dust them for fingerprints.
Blobby!
Blob, this mission is fraught with danger. You will be up against their most evil operative. Now, we do have a photograph, but we're not sure how current it is, because he is a master of disguise.
Blobby. Blobby! Blobby, Blobby!
Nobody cares or understands. Is there anybody out there that lends a hand? Oh, it's a one-man band. Oh, I'm a one-man band. Last week on this channel, we left Lisa lost, teetering on the window ledge. Did Super Blob come to her rescue and magically save her? Could be. Dear, I feel so powerful. How do you make 12 million people sit forward in their seats and shout at the television screen? I'll tell you later.
Oh, Lord, now I can't tell which is which. Lost? Is that you?
Yes, it's me, boss.
I know about that corruption thing and the mayor.
Yes, I'm getting somewhere with that, boss. It turns out that he's the most evil, conniving, lying, cheating mayor we've ever had.
Yes, well, you can forget all about it. I've got a much bigger story for you now. A man-eating lion has escaped from the zoo and is in this building now.
Blobby! Blobby! Blobby!
He's Super Blob, you know.
Who? Blobby? Don't be ridiculous.
Why can't he be?
Well, for one thing, Super Blob doesn't wear glasses.
I mean, look at the way he's fighting that fierce lion with no regard for his own safety.
Fierce lion has just been put into a cage out here. So who is Super Blob battling with out there?
Now's your chance, Blobby. Make up that clean sheet you've had all month. Book 'em.
Blobby! Blobby! Blob! Blobby! Blobby! Blob! Blob! Blobby!
Blobby,
You have been a traffic warden for 5 weeks. And in all that time, no revenue has been generated for the important work of this department. No, it is not good enough. This was your last chance.
Oh, Blobby.
No hard feelings, Blobby.
No, Blobby.
You just haven't got that mean streak required to be a traffic warden.
No, Blob.
I'll let you into a little secret. Oh? You know that red car you never booked?
Blob.
Well, it's mine.
This is a most dangerous mission, Blob. You will be up against their most evil operative because he is a master of disguise.
Oh, Blobby, Blobby. Oh, Blobby.
Are we being followed? No. Everything is normal. Good.
Hello, James. Fancy a bit of fun? No, I don't have tickets for the circus. I mean, do you want to come round to my place?
Enter. Hello, Blob. Where's Miss Manypunny? She fell out of the window. So, Blob, any luck finding the master of disguise?
Oh, blip, blip. Yeah. You blip, blip. Ha! Blip, 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 blip. Blobby, Blobby, Blob. Oh, Blobby, Blob, Blobby, Blob. Oh, Blobby, Blob. Oh, Blobby.
You must think I'm really silly. All I asked was, did you fancy coming round to my place and making a night of it?
Oh, Blobby. Blip, 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 blip. Oh, Blobby. Oh, blip, blip. Oh, blip. Oh, blip, blip, blip. Blop.
Which one is the imposter?
I've got an idea.
Oh, Blobby! Oh, Blibby!
Go on, Mr. Blobby. Help yourself.
Hey, Blip. Oh, Blip. Oh, Blobby.
That's your man.
Oh, Blobby. Oh, Blobby, Blob.
Well, another mission completed successfully. Good grief, somebody's left the window open. Well, Blobby, I think you've earned yourself a milkshake, old son.
Oh, Blobby! Hey, Blobby!
Blobby, hi. Look, would you go to the bank for me?
Oh, Blobby!
Right, now, look, write this down so you don't forget.
Oh, Blobby! Go, Blob. Oh, Blobby! Yep. Yep. Yep.
Okay, look, ask for the money, put it in a bag so you don't lose it. Be careful coming home. I don't want you to hurt anyone.
Hello, Blobby. The Blob.
Oh, gosh. Give him the money.
surrounded. I thought I told you to go around the back.
It's dark round there.
Okay, what's going on here? Give me the money, put it in the bag, and nobody gets hurt. Okay, I'll get to the bottom of this.
Oh, Blobby.
Whose is this bag? Okay, Granny, come with us. You're next.
Oh, Blobby. Oh, Blobby.
Now remember what I told you. Keep your eye on the boat, watch out for the waves, and don't do any tricks.
Oh, Blobby! Oh, Blobby! Oh, yeah. Oh, Blobby! Oh, Blobby!
Blobby, very good of you to come. The chap we're after's in the casino. I'm afraid it's another attempt to undermine the very fabric of our society.
Blobby, Blobby, Blobby.
What's he doing? He's cheating at Snap. Here's a quid. Get in the game and stop him.
Snap! Snap! Snap!
Blobby. Blob. Blobby. Blobby.
Well done indeed, Blobby. There's no place in this country for cheats.
Blobby.